Pause this video for 5 seconds. Right now, close your eyes and listen. Do you hear it? That voice. It says, you're being selfish. You're disappointing everyone. What will people say? After everything your parents sacrificed for you, this is how you repay them. It doesn't sound like a stranger. It sounds exactly like your mother when she was disappointed, or your father when he was tired and angry, or that aunt who always compared you to your more successful cousins. This voice has followed you for years. It speaks when you finally set a boundary. It speaks when you choose your own path. It speaks even when you try to rest. Tonight, we are not going to silence it. We are going to look directly at it, because the harshest voice inside your head is not yours. It is the voice of your relatives, perfectly preserved, internalized, and now running your life from within. Welcome to Episode 7 of The Good Child Trap. I'm glad you're here. Let's begin with the truth most people never say out loud. This inner critic is not your conscience. It is not wisdom. It is not even you. It is an introjected parental voice, a psychological phenomenon where, as a child, you swallowed your parents' rules, fears, and judgments in order to survive their conditional love. You didn't just obey them. You installed their voices inside your mind so you could scold yourself before they had the chance. That way, you stayed safe. You stayed loved. You stayed good. In transactional analysis, we call this the critical parent ego state. In object relations theory, it is the internalized bad object. In Asian families, Vietnamese, Indian, Chinese, this voice is especially powerful because the collective superego is stronger than the individual ego. Log kya kahenge? What you're doing is unfilial, like father, like son. These are not just cultural sayings. They are survival programs that were burned into your nervous system before you were old enough to question them. Here are the 4 most common masks this inner critic wears in the good child trap. The guilt inducer. If you move away, choose this career, say no, you are abandoning your family. The shame enforcer. You're not as good as your cousins. You'll never be enough. Look at how hard your parents worked. The perfectionist. If it's not perfect, it's worthless, and so are you. The self-sacrificer. Real love means erasing yourself. Good children don't put themselves first. Every time you hear one of these voices, you are not hearing your own thoughts. You are hearing a recording of your childhood. This voice does not simply make you feel bad for a moment. It quietly architects your entire life. It creates chronic self-sabotage. You get close to success, and suddenly you freeze, because success would make the voice scream louder. It blocks self-compassion. Research by Kristen Neff shows that people with strong inner critics treat themselves far more harshly than they would ever treat a friend. It keeps the false self alive, the version of you that Donald Winnicott described as a polished performance created to win love. Even when no one is watching, you are still performing the good child. In your 30s, this becomes quiet burnout, anxiety that has no obvious cause, depression that feels like, I'm just not trying hard enough. Relationships that strangely repeat the same conditional dynamics you grew up with. The saddest part is this: your family may have stopped criticizing you years ago, but you took over their job so perfectly that they no longer need to say anything. You do it for them every single day. Here is the deepest truth I want you to take away. We are not trying to kill or silence the inner critic. That only gives it more power. Instead, we learn to stop identifying with it and start relating to it differently. Here are 5 practices that actually work. Not superficial positivity, but real psychological work. 1. Name and externalize. Give it a name. Call it mother's voice, the committee, or anti-log kaya kahenge. When it speaks, pause and say out loud or in your mind, it's you again. This single act creates the first crack of separation. 2. The 2-chair dialogue place. 2 chairs facing each other. Sit in one as yourself. Sit in the other as the inner critic. Speak to it. Let it speak back. You will be shocked at how clearly you can hear your mother's or father's exact words. This is Gestalt therapy in action. 3. Reparenting. Develop a mature inner parent, the voice you always needed but never received. When the critic attacks, place your hand on your chest and say slowly, "You are allowed to choose your own path. You are still worthy even if they don't understand. You are safe now. I've got you. 4. Feel the original anger. Many of us were never allowed to feel anger toward our parents. That suppressed anger turned inward and became self-hatred. In safe moments, let yourself feel it. Write the unsent letter. Scream into a pillow. Cry. This is shadow work. 5. Daily micro-rebellion. Every time the voice appears, stop for 10 seconds. Put your hand on your chest. Speak gently to the child you once were, the 8-year-old who was trying so hard to be good. Tell them, it's okay. You don't have to be perfect anymore. The voice will probably never disappear completely. That is not the goal. The goal is that one day you notice it speaking, and instead of shrinking, you look at it with calm eyes and say, I hear you, but I am no longer a child who needs your permission to live. You are holding the microphone now. If this episode touched something deep inside you, please comment below with one sentence your inner critic often says to you. Let's name these voices together so they lose their hidden power. Thank you for going this deep with me. If you're ready for the next layer, episode 8 will be The Day You Stopped Calling Yourself /unfilial. Until then, be gentle with yourself. You've carried enough.